So, hi everyone. Today I'm here to talk to you guys about how I spent Christmas in Korea with a Korean guy. Let's go. So, first thing first, how we spent it was very kind of stereotypical Christmas date. We went to Daehyundae. You guys know where Daehyundae is. So the reason why we didn't go outside to like the really fancy places like Myeongdong or those type of places because it's so crowded. Like when you hit 30 in your age, you don't want to be with a lot of crowded people. You just want to like be near your house. So the closest that I found near our house that had like fancy Christmas date and stuff was Daehyundae. So we went there and they decorated with so many gears. Daehyundae has the most like fanciest Christmas event going on. So, I was there and this was how I dressed. I wanted to kind of dress like a Korean girl. But my tights were the really thin tights, guys, where it's basically for summer tights, and my coat was very thin as well. Really bad choice, but I dressed like trying to be very Koreanish style for Christmas. And I wore very thin clothes on purpose because I had a reason. We had a car, so we thought we'd be around places where cars were necessary. So like Daehyundae, we had a park, which was great. And what's really cool about Daehyundae right now, as I told you earlier, is they have a Christmas event. Like this is how they created it. And what I like about Daehyundae in Hangyo, which is different from Yeouido, is that it's less crowded. There might be more decoration in Yeouido, but Hangyo is still like well created. I haven't been to the one in Yeouido, so I can't say for myself, but I think it was pretty neat and nice. I think they were trying to reenact the circus, so kids hated it. Kids were crying, especially because it was on 5th floor, but they were like, oh my god, I'm so like crying, saying it's so scary. It was pretty scary for kids, but to take pictures, it was really pretty. So, I'm trying to show you more Daehyundae pictures. I think this is basically all. One place that I posted kind of like a review was on my travel log, but this was the outside view where it was really pretty, and obviously I'm like, it's so pretty, right? So this was the entrance. This was like their main bear where you can line up to take pictures. They had really expensive but cute ornaments. I didn't know Christmas ornaments were so expensive. They had moving circus characters, so definitely for kids it was scary, especially because this place was on the kids floor. It was on 5th floor, so if you guys ever want to visit Daehyundae, I would recommend going there. So that was like our main thing. And then once I got into the car, so Mia and I went to this place separately because he was coming from work and I was coming from home, and I had to redo my makeup because like my stream makeup is like really thick. I have eyeliner on top and the bottom, and like sparkly eyes that gets like dissolved by the light, so I quickly had to redo it. That's why I gave you guys this picture of like, it's so thin. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference, but like the liner and everything is like thinner. And so when I got in the car, obviously he was a very sweet guy, so he gave me flowers. I actually was kind of like giving him that like eye of, if you don't buy me flowers, I'm gonna be like really mad at you. So luckily he bought me some dried flower. Didn't smell anything like flower, but it still was pretty. Korea has really nice fancy flowers. So pretty expensive too. It was like $30 for flowers, but it's nice. It's like a nice little thing. So one of the things that he likes to do is he likes to put it at the next seat, like the shotgun, and he like when I open it, then it's there. So that was kind of something sweet. And then what we did after that was we went to a hotel course meal because we haven't gone out on a date on Christmas. Which I don't know why, but every time it was like I had to do something with the in-laws. And like I had to do something, I think every Christmas. Like I go through my Christmas pictures and we never did any dates. So I was like, okay, this year we gotta do something special. So I went to hotel. It was DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel in Pangyo. And they had a rooftop bar. I don't know how they pronounced it. It was a very interesting pronunciation. It was NYX. They had a really fancy Christmas tree in like at the entrance. And this was their seating. Now, here's the thing. So, a lot of the places, especially in Korea, likes to charge you. I mean, I guess not just in Korea, but in any places. Any better seats, it costs extra, right? So, this hotel made you charge like $20 extra to be seated next to the windows. And I was like, I'm not going to sit next to a window. So, we ended up getting the comfy bed, or not the bed, but like we just got like in the middle aisle. But yeah, and what sucks is that the left side window was really pretty because you could see at least the city light, but the right side window was just black. So whoever had to pay over there, really, it sucks. We had our fancy course meal. We started off with bread. It was like nice and neat. And then we got some like something, I don't know, it was like tomato squid food. It was very good. It was very good. It was actually a cold dish, which makes sense because it's the appetizer, but actually better than I expected. And then we got pumpkin soup. So this one was very thick. I can tell that this was actually created from an actual pumpkin. Like they didn't use any cans, which they should, like coming from a real pumpkin, because like. And then we had this one was pretty interesting. This one was squid ink pasta. So it was very seafood like, and you're supposed to mix it well with the seafood watery thing here. So very Koreanish style. I don't think a lot of Europeans would be eating this. I mean, in US, I don't think even I had squid ink. Squid ink isn't that common, right? And then I got steak. This was pretty fancy steak. I asked for well done, but it wasn't well done. But it was like, they said it was well done, so I couldn't complain. And these were carrots on the side, and they had arugula, which I really liked it, but I wish they had more. Like, one thing that I don't like about ordering steak is that they don't have a lot of veggies. It's just no veggie. So, they said this was well done, but not well done. And then this was Mia's. Mia got salmon. Which was pretty good. This one was pretty interesting. The salad that he kind of got on the side dish that he got was thinly sliced asparagus along with green onion, which was pretty interesting. And yes, as you guys can see in the picture, they were pretty small. But it was actually really filling, guys. Surprisingly, these course meals are actually really filling. And last but not least, this was our dessert. The bottom was meringue cookie, and then in the middle was like ice cream or some type of very soft, creamy texture, made with, I want to say it was like raspberry or some type of berry. And then on the side was also meringue cookies. It wasn't like the super fancy dessert that I was kind of expecting, but it was pretty decent. I liked it. I was expecting kind of like a egg tart. Something that I liked, but this was not bad. I really liked it. And they gave me tea. I got chamomile tea, so very nice and cozy. In between, funny story was there was a pianist who was playing piano for us. He was so cute, guys. Let me show you a picture. I got a picture of him. I kept saying, oh, he's cute. I stopped, but he was playing Christmas music and everything. One of the cute thing about this guy was he was sitting there alone. Like there was a table right in front of him, and he was sitting there alone. And I was like, Mia, there's a guy that's sitting there alone. I think he got like denied by his girlfriend because he was drinking tea by himself there, wearing like a suit, right? And like the suit doesn't even fit him. It looks like he stole his dad's, right? So I'm sitting there being like, I think he got like, you know, he got ditched by his date. All of a sudden he walks by the piano, starts playing piano. And that's such a K-drama scene, but like he was playing piano. But one thing that I really enjoy about live music that Koreans don't do a lot, and I think it's just like cultural difference, is I like to clap when they finish a song and like at least be like we were listening type of deal. But Koreans like to treat like piano live music as more like a background music. So like when he was playing, like no one was clapping. So I wanted to give him credit because he was really good too. So like at least one time I clapped really loud and I was like so he saw me, we made eye contact and he was like bowing and I was like because it also had me reminiscing about moments where I used to play at a restaurant for harp. So that was really fun. And then another thing that's different about Korea versus US here is that no one tips him. He already gets paid from the hotel. So probably that's also a reason why. And Koreans kind of have a mindset of tipping isn't normal in Korea. So he didn't even have a tip jar. And I wanted to make it a little special day for him too, because it is Christmas Eve and he's playing live music at a restaurant. Of course he's earning money, but like he's also like a musician, right? So I was like, you know what, Mia? You know my personality, right? And he was like, I know you're gonna tip him. How much are you gonna tip him? And I gave him like $20, which I think was maybe reasonable. Not like American dollar. I tipped him Korean won. But the problem was, in Korea, like I said, because there is no tipping culture, I didn't want to make it feel like I'm bragging him or I'm like, you know, giving him money, like making me look superior than him. Because that could also be like an image that you can get in Korea, especially because I'm young. If it was like an elder doing it, it's okay because elders like to give younger generation money. But if he and I, like, we didn't look like, we'd maybe be like 10 years apart. So I didn't want to give him the wrong idea. So I was trying so hard to figure out how to tip him without being rude. So one thing that I just ended up doing was I went to his table and I placed the $20 next to his cup. And I was like, thank you. And then I left. So hopefully he didn't get the wrong idea. But that's something that's really different that I noticed in Korea versus US is that tipping isn't really common. So actually when you tip them, they actually feel really, really, really happy because it doesn't happen that often, especially to musicians. So anytime I see musicians, I like to tip personally. And especially if they don't have a tipping jar, then I like to either give it to the owner. But Mia said don't do that anymore because they might just yoink the money. And that actually happens a couple of times where they just yoink the money and they don't give it to the musicians. So he was like, just give it to him directly and just be like really careful and kind. So that's also another tip. But that's something that I felt kind of unfortunate about musicians there. So I mean, like, if the musician sucked and you didn't like it, you don't have to tip it. But, like, since I'm a musician myself, I used to play at restaurants too, just like this guy. I just know how it feels to actually clap and thank them. So it was really nice. So anyways, that was that. And then after that, we went to, I don't have pictures for this, but I went to a cafe. So coming near our house, there is a street that's called a cafe street, and they have a street decorated with so many Christmas ornaments, like everything is so Christmassy. And it wasn't also Seoul, like downtown, so I just really loved it because there weren't that many people and it was like so nice. But the day of Christmas Eve was so effing cold, like so cold that I was like, we went one block around and I was just shivering the whole time walking around. So I ended up saying to Mia, you know what? I think we should go. And I think that's the start of me catching a cold. So on the 24th, we ended up saying, like, we ended up calling that a day. But we ended up getting home around 10, which is around my bedtime anyway, so it's fine. So that was my Christmas Eve. And then on Christmas, what we ended up doing was unwrapping presents. So I bought Mia presents for both of us. I wanted to do something special since he never have unwrapped presents under the Christmas tree. One thing that we ended up doing was, or I ended up doing was, I set up these presents early December. I think I set up like, yeah, first week of December, all these presents, and he was like, what are those? And I'm like, those are Christmas presents that you can only open on Christmas. And he's like, he got really excited. And so when the in-laws came over, they actually asked me, are they real presents? And I'm like, yeah, they are real presents. And they all wanted to know what it was. And I'm like, you guys can't open it till it's Christmas. So, you know, like I did it completely American style. So 24th was kind of like my Korean date where Mia was showing me the Korean style date. And then the 25th, I wanted to kind of create an American Christmas for him. So I did all the planning and everything on the 25th. Although on the 24th, I did also the planning because I wanted to do kind of like a K-drama style Christmas day. Not just for myself, but also for my like content. I just wanted to do it and kind of go through what would be like a ideal stereotypical Korean Christmas day. I think it was pretty nice, though you do end up spending a lot of money doing those. But anyways, on the 25th, we unwrapped the gift. So our gift basically was matching pajamas and these really, really cute mugs. Now I had to cut my face because I looked horrible. I was like super sick. But we got matching outfits. I wanted to get like the Christmas pajamas that a lot of Americans wore for him to try. And then I ended up finding these adorable Christmas cups. They look like a snowman, and the hat was a lid. It was made out of, I think, silicone, and you just put it on this cup. And it was just so cute. And I was like, I had to get them. So we got those. So that was basically my present for Mia. And the first thing we ended up doing was, so I ended up making pancakes. But the pancakes, I tried to shape them in like snowman or like, I don't know if you guys can see. This was supposed to be a snowman. This was supposed to be a gingerbread person thingy. You guys can see. And this was supposed to be a bear. Yeah, we got syrup. This was kind of fake syrup. Me and I were kind of upset. We couldn't find maple syrup. And then we got sausage. So we got sausage and probably mostly what it was. And then since I was sick, I didn't go out. We ended up watching some movie and playing games all night long. So that was our Christmas. My lunch was also something fun. I wanted to do like a pizza making day for him because he really likes pizza. So we didn't get the dough. What we ended up doing was we ended up getting tortillas. We had to get tortilla because all the dough in Korea cost so much. Either it cost a lot or it was really expensive. Or to make them, I had to buy extra flour. Like, you know how there's different like types of flour? Like, I'd have to get another one, which is just for bread making, and I don't make that much bread. So we ended up just using tortilla. And we put tomato paste on top. We put a bunch of like sausage, ham, and then some other stuff on it, and we just put it in the air fryer that we had and just made it. So it was pretty like a chill Christmas day for us. We wanted to watch some nice like holiday movie, so we ended up watching Ratatouille. I don't think it was that Christmassy, but it did bring in kind of like the spirit. And since our pizza that we made was so big, we ended up having to eat dinner at like 9, and we ended up just eating ramen because I was really exhausted from cooking like in the morning and morning and afternoon. So we just had ramen. But it was a fun date. It was very unique. Definitely very different than how I normally would spend it. Oh, Koreans are crazy about Christmas, I think. That's one of the things that I realized and discover. So I think the most craziest thing was, I don't know if you guys saw like shorts of it, but in Myeongdong, which is like known to be the Christmas area, there were people. It was just like Halloween Itaewon vibe, where there was just so many people standing in front of 신세계, where they just saw a monitor with Christmas lightings. The one we saw at Tamsil, it was just like that, but actually at a monitor, and you just watch Christmas film. And it, like, for me, I don't know, maybe I'm very like T. Koreans say T for MBTI, right? But like, it's so cold. Why would you be there? But for some people, they value Christmas more than others, and it's like a special day. So, and one of the other things that I found interesting was the hotel that we went to was very nice quality hotel that a lot of couples were there. I saw so many couples, and most of the couples ended up just buying food and eating. So we call it 호캉스, which is like hotel vacants. So it was pretty cute. They were buying alcohol and they bought really fancy stuff, and like they brought it to the hotel. Me and I were thinking about like, going to a hotel, but we like our house better since it's like very decorative, and we decorated it really nice. So that was our Christmas, and I hope that kind of explains you why I got really sick on Christmas or Christmas Eve, because those tights were super thin. Do not wear thin clothes. I learned my lesson. I wanted to dress very like Korean-y, but that did not work. So that was my Christmas, guys.